Brought to you by your friends over at Venture Arena. For this first round of March Mammal Madness, there are a heck of a lot of matchups. Too many, in fact, for us to give an in-depth breakdown on every single one. Plus, not every matchup is created equal in its appeal. This is why you are seeing all of our round 1 predictions flashing on the screen now. Make sure to stick around, as later in the video we will break down the animals that we view as the top contenders in the bracket. Hold up! This matchup is interesting to us. If you don't know, the devil frog is thought to be the largest frog in history, coming in at roughly the size of a beach ball. It probably comes as no surprise to you that this behemoth frog lived in none other than the Cretaceous period. Its opponent, the fire salamander, is much smaller than the devil frog, and it is possible that the frog will swallow it whole without a second thought. We here at Venture Arena, however, can see a slightly different scenario playing out. You see, the fire salamander has a poisonous advantage. In the wild, certain creatures make use of aposematism, which is basically a warning shout to potential predators that says, "Hey, you might not want to eat me, or I'll poison you." Now, it's unclear whether this signaling would work on a massive prehistoric frog, but we feel confident enough in the underdog that we will give this matchup to the fire salamander. With that side thought out of the way, back to the matchups. Oops, one last interjection if I may. The Mosaicosector nanonubis is a species of hyenodon, but is in fact much, much smaller than the wider known giant hyenodon, which was 10 feet long and over 800 pounds. The skull of the nanonubis is 10 centimeters or about 4 inches long, meaning it probably wasn't much bigger than your typical house cat. That being said, we do think that the nanonubis will win its matchup against the cryptkeeper wasp. The cryptkeeper wasp gets its bone-chilling name because it infects other wasps with its larvae, who then eat the host wasp from the inside. As freakish as this sounds, these wasps are basically harmless to larger creatures, and would not pose a threat to the nanonubis. Good to have that clarified. Now for the rest of the matchups.
Now that is sorted out, we want to give a quick breakdown of what we view as the top contenders in this March Mammal Madness bracket. First, we'll start with the dugong. The dugong, sometimes called a sea cow, is a close relative to the manatee. It is a little smaller than a manatee, with an adult growing to be about 8.5 feet and weighing up to 650 pounds. This puts it as this year's bracket's largest contender. Their size, mixed with their tough skin, means they have very few natural predators, none of which show up on this bracket. This means that while the dugong is docile in nature and probably won't attack any of its opponents, we believe that its opponents won't be able to injure it either. Next up, we will be discussing the mountain tapir. Mountain tapirs are the smallest of the 4 widely recognized species of tapirs. This doesn't mean they are tiny though, weighing at 330 pounds as an adult. Tapirs, like the dugong, are usually calm and pretty friendly, although they can be provoked, and their attacks can result in some serious wounds. Up next is the red wolf. Red wolves are between the size of a coyote and a gray wolf. These animals are especially timid, and even though they have roamed free in eastern North Carolina for the last 34 years, there has never been a documented attack on a human. This doesn't mean, however, that if backed into a corner by one of their opponents, they won't retaliate with deadly force. Up next is the red kangaroo. The red kangaroo is the largest of all kangaroos, and even the largest terrestrial mammal native to the continent Australia. They can grow up to be 100 pounds as an adult. and their primary mode of self-defense are their muscular legs that they can kick out with, deterring any wannabe predators. Onto the red hartebeest. The red hartebeest will weigh about 330 pounds as an adult bull and will be about 1.3 meters high at the shoulder. These creatures can run at speeds up to 70 kilometers per hour or 44 miles per hour and can ram into its foes, knocking them to the ground. Our next contender is the harpy eagle. A female harpy eagle isn't quite as large as a bald or a golden eagle, but still has a considerable wingspan at 1.8 meters. They are considered an apex predator of their region and hunt mostly tree-dwelling mammals such as sloths, monkeys, and possums. Our second to last contender is the chimpanzee. The chimpanzee, often just called a chimp, is an ape that is extraordinarily strong for its size. While males will only grow to be about 130 pounds, they are considerably stronger than humans due to their higher content of fast twitch muscle fibers in their arms, which they use to swing around and climb on trees. They also have very sharp canines to pierce a challenger's hide. Lastly, the platyzilla, an extinct genus similar to a modern platypus. It had a flatter beak and possessed molars, which the modern platypus does not. Its diet probably consisted mostly of crustaceans and small vertebrates, such as frogs. This means that most of the other creatures in its quadrant can end up as dinner for the platyzilla.
Those are our picks for round 1. Want to fill out a bracket for yourself? Take the link in the description to March Mammal Madness' official website and download a bracket. Let us know who you picked to win the bracket, or any upsets you think we got wrong down in the comments. If you would take a moment to like, subscribe, and share the video, we would greatly appreciate it. Word of mouth or of text is one of the best ways to let others know about our channel. With that said, stay adventurous, and we will see you in the next Venture Arena.